you know, you be familiar with the influence that Malcolm X had on hip hop and Public Enemy, because you know what they're listening to today, brother. A lot of that is not Malcolm X influence when it comes to hip hop. Okay, so why don't we talk a little bit about, or why don't you talk a little bit about how Malcolm X influenced Public Enemy and hip hop? I think that's something very, very important.
Well, I think we need to keep things in its proper context. A lot of times we often have a conversation about Malcolm, and we always leave about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. yes, without a doubt. Which I don't think we could do. Malcolm X would be nothing but a street hustler, pimp, chasing white women and pimping white women and sisters and gambling and robbing and stealing if he did not hear the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We need to put that in its proper context.
Right. And he said that also. He said that himself.
Yes, exactly. But a lot of people want to wear the Malcolm button, but they want to diss the messenger. They want to praise Malcolm, but and to me, it's kind of sad. I call them. I do a lecture entitled "The Miseducation of the Conscious Negro," and a lot of them just they know the history, but for their own reasons. And a lot of times that reason. Pardon me.
Except for their own personal reasons, whatever it is, own personal gripes or whatever.
But we don't need to say whatever it is. We know what it is. We have to feed the ego. We have to feel like we're more than what we really are. There's not too many people that we can put up next to the messenger that did the work that the messenger did, facing what he was faced with at that particular time. Not to say that, not to put down any other leaders that came before us. All of them played a part. All of the branches part of the same tree. But I think the reason why Malcolm appealed to not a lot, only a few. There's a lot of people walking around quoting Malcolm.
Yes.
So that was
same with Martin Luther King. I don't want to mix the two, but same thing with Dr. King. Yep.
Well, I mean, you could mix the two. I mean, if you deal with it in these terms, if they loved King so much and hated Malcolm, Dr. Francis Chris said the genetic material that lies in the testicles of the black man can successfully annihilate them. So they didn't want what Dr. King was offering, which was love, because if we loved white people, we would love them right on out of existence.
Right. You're right about that, brother. You're right about that. Unless they do the Halle Berry and then marry a European when you already have black, and then you have a child that's about 25% black, he wants to say is black, and then the husband says or the boyfriend says he wants a child that looks more like him. Well, what do you think was going to happen? But that's a whole nother story, brother. But it's just something going on right now.
I don't even know where people get these percentages from. How are you going to be 31.5% black?
Right.
According to
I'm just looking at general terms. I'm just looking at just in general terms, so we just try to put in some type of context, just in general terms. But yeah, 31.5%. I understand that. Yeah.
Well, I was about to say that nearly full of she said these people, they don't understand racism, white supremacy. And if you don't understand racism, white supremacy, how it works and what it entails, everything you think you understand will only confuse you.
Correct.
We have a lot of confused people out there.
Yes.
So Malcolm's influence, it influenced a lot of people, probably quietly, that were not in the nation. But they never spoke out. I never heard it on the record. So when I brought the information to Chuck, and we sat down and constructed songs and loads and loads of research that I was doing and giving the information, it's like we saw it fit to not only sample Muslims, but Christians, revolutionaries, women. So Jesse was there, Ava Muhammad was up in there, Khalid Muhammad, Mr. Farrakhan, Malcolm, you know, James Brown, Sly and the Family Stone, Wilson Pickett, Aretha Franklin. You understand?
Right.
So
you give respect where it's due. You give respect where it's due. We don't have to discriminate. You give respect where it's due.
But I think
exactly
we had to put Malcolm on the map, so to speak, because whether we want to understand it or believe it or not, Malcolm had this definitely a very gifted way that he speaks. Unbossed, man, just in your face, speaking truth to power, and that at that time, that's what hip hop was about.
Correct.
And you were proud that you were playing a song, and you turned it up on your boombox. You turned it up to 10 because you wanted people to hear it because it represented you. Hip hop,
right? And you wanted them to get that knowledge too. You wanted them to get that knowledge too.
You know, for the few songs that were out there with Malcolm's voice on it, or even if it didn't have his voice on it, was influenced. Malcolm influenced a movement, a spirit, a vibration.
Right.
So a lot of times people didn't take the chance on putting Malcolm on a song because they may get questioned in the interview about it, and you better know what you're talking about.
Right.
Because the old cats may check you on that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely understand that, brother. Okay, excellent. Well,